like I just texted you something last night at like 11 p.m. That was some
This
crazy,
happens regularly.
some crazy bullshit. It was just on my mind. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking distilling this down. I got to figure it out. And like, but it's like, once you're open with like bringing your ideas out there, you probably read that and you're like, I don't know what the fuck Joe is talking about. But
No, I replied. I actually thought that we were doing like a rap.
I tried to write. Sorry, Arpad, I've got
Yeah,
some
sorry.
oddities
We do
about
these
myself,
switches.
but like I kind of wrote it. I wrote all these ideas down in kind of like rap lingo.
That's how we communicate.
It
It started rhyming, and then I wasn't sure. I was like, we do have a studio. I think right now he just wants to put some bars
But
down.
the content was really
Yeah.
boring, so I wanted to try and spruce it up a little bit. That was it. And you read it, and then you responded to me in like rap terms. So yeah,
But I think, I want to just bring that up too to us is that we've said a long time too. I wanted to just get your thoughts on this. That Joe, just recently, I mean, you have started getting into the spirits world, but we used to kind of always say, oh, seltzers and spirits, and also seltzer, but seltzers and spirits, they have all the fun. And I think we've always, a big thing for us is a big thing for you has always been education. But then it's also like, how can we present this education in an entertaining, fun way? Let them know that wine can be fun. We've talked about a lot of breaking through the pretentiousness of the wine world, inviting it to everybody and like coming in. So I think that you just like kind of bring up a point, like, with the rhyming or whatever. It's like, how can we do this thing too to show that we're fun, inviting, and then also be educational. So
being educational without taking yourself too seriously.
Yes.
Like, you don't need to put the guard up
Definitely,
of having people think that like, oh, this is such a special product. Like, we're not selling like, some crappy overpriced designer bag like Chanel, right? we're selling a sorry, did I
was that like a dig?
I can go Louis Vuitton. I don't know, you tell me. I don't have designer shit.
Okay. All right, no comment.
In wine. We're selling.
It was a gift.
You got a
God.
crossbody satchel.
Can we just let's
I'm letting
not
it go.
Okay, you know what?
I'm letting it go.
Sorry you had to be here. Not in front of Arpad. Don't do this, all right?
But we're selling a story, and we're selling the passion, and we're selling a product that reflects the land and a sense of time, right? That's, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do. Now, you can take yourself too seriously in it, but I don't think you need to. I think you should really just be open and desiring of sharing those elements in a non-pretentious way. Otherwise, you're putting barriers back up.
Yeah. I think that was one of the most important ideas behind Wine Inspires when we started, because a lot of wine communication, I mean, almost all of it a few years ago was this very, very technical, very pretentious, very protective ideas of talking about wine and kind of gatekeeping it. Like, if you are not pronouncing Beaujolais correctly, then we are not talking to you. So it was really like this very high society like feeling around it, and a lot of people were a little bit scared, especially what I've noticed, like talking about aromas of the wine. Lots of people get scared, like, do I need to have like a special like sixth sense to feel these aromas, or how do you feel vanilla? How do you feel these ideas? I just feel wine. So when talking about these ideas, more technical ideas, it really can scare people away. And you just really have to be like fun and casual and explain like the very basic facts and technical ideas behind some of these things. For example, with the aromas, when we talk about it, I noticed one of the scariest things for like casual wine drinkers. And when you tell them that actually some of the like chemical compounds that are in fruits, sometimes there are the same compounds in wine. That's why you can smell it, not because it's like you need a sixth sense to like come up with some ideas. But there is this chemical compound which is in strawberry that can be in red wine. And when you explain this very simple concept, people get a lot of like, they calm down. Like, oh, I can understand that, and I see that. So I think there are lots of these small things which people think it's like a very confusing, very high science, magical ideas, but basically they are like very easy concepts. So we should just shine light on these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could be
So,
like, I
like,
get
bring-
that crunch wrap on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's like you bring it down to, it's with anything, right? You bring it down to their level. Like and then hopefully inspire them to want to take another step and learn a little more. And then eventually they're I mean, if you stick to it for long enough, you become an expert in the field, as with anything. But just getting those first baby steps and giving that confidence, I think, is what we miss a lot in the wine world. But I think we're getting better at it. I mean, I do. I mean, there's still a bunch of like assholes out there that continue to keep their egos as like the first, line of their brand. But you're like,
Don't say it.
no, what?
Does-
What? The Psalms? You know the Psalms? No?
You're going to talk that we can't.
Look, I've said it most Psalms are good,
Yes.
right? It's like the bell curve of anything,
Yes.
right? It's always that. I always go to the bell curve. You got 5 or 10% on either end that are extreme, and they're also the loudest.
Yeah.
And they're the most useless.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of them in the middle, 90, 80, 90%, they're like, those are really solid people that are doing a good job. And they just show up every day, they get their shit done, they educate, and they enjoy what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a desire, they don't have like some wild hair up their ass to go and like try to beat down, other people. I mean, it's like there's something there. There's something like a screw loose in some people's heads.
Yeah, and I think.
But I'm here to stop them.
Well, yes, because you talk about it a lot.
But I do think that education is one of the
Yes.
most important. So like what you're doing, what we're trying to do, just the fundamentals, and then go a little bit deeper, and just inspiring people to take that next step really is, I think the new way of how people are going to learn.
Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section, and see you in the next one.